So today we are looking at me and Emmanuel Jal's track. Again, we haven't got a name for it, so I guess it's untitled at the moment, but it's coming. It's got a sister on backing vocals, and Connie. I think they're in a band, they're friends, but the recording session was kind of cool because they were all together, so they all sort of did the layers. And it's dope. I'm into it. This is like my favorite kind of stuff to make. So yeah, I'll give you a play of the track. Yeah. Can't show you too much of that, but yeah, it's that's the track. It's kind of a high energy, garagey, fused sort of tune. Perfect for like I love playing it in my sets, you know. So yeah, it's perfect for my sets. Nice dancey vibes. The chords for the tune originally. Da 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 da. I can't really sing. So that was the rough idea. It's quite, there's a lot of jazz influences in it really. So turning it into like a sort of swingy garage track, something to dance to, even a bit funky. I had to sort of like change the harmony a bit. But that was the basis, and I thought it was a cool hook, you know. Emmanuel came up with the hook. I sort of wrote the music, and I was like, that's it. Like, we didn't even have to do too much more, you know. Just go with a nice hook and build it out, build it down. Yeah, simplifying was also important because I feel like when you do high energy music, or like this track was to dance to, the focus is really the drums, you know. Don't get me wrong, it's important for it to have nice harmony, but I feel like if I put too much sort of jazz harmony in the track, you sort of lose focus on the drums, and yeah, I guess I want people to be focusing on dancing, you know. So that was the idea. So drums came first. Here we go. It's got some nice effects on it as well. Simple, like 4/4 kick, nice little garagey flams, really saturated, you know. I tried to make things sound a little bit like kind of old and analog, a bit kind of, almost a bit like, not imperfect, you know, a bit crusty. And then yeah, some nice little like sweeps, little like white noisy lasers, just for the build up, fill the builds up. Also, like, not too, there's quite a lot going on the track, so like all the build ups, I didn't want to put like big, loud, snarey build ups, or I just want it to be kind of white noise, and you can feel it building up, but I don't know why, you know. And then I think what was next was the guitar. It's my boy Harry, who's like, me and Harry like grew up playing jazz music together. He lives in London. It's crazy actually. I sort of like didn't really go down the guitar route. I wanted to produce more, and he continued on the guitar route. And like I remember, like we were like 16 and talking about our guitar heroes, you know. And now he's playing with them. Like, shout out Harry if you're watching this, man. I'm really proud of you. Like, yeah, you're an insane guitarist, and like you deserve all of that, man. So yeah, he laid some guitar down. Cool, really cool. super cool. Nice like syncopation, nice rhythm. Not too tight, not too like, I like it. It's like, oh, it's kind of, yeah, okay, cool. It's like not too perfect, you know? I'm gonna solo the bass because my friend Eugene is like, he's a killer. He's a killer on the bass. So you get to hear his playing solo. Like, that's for me. That is, wow, that is my kind of thing. You know, it's almost like a bit punky, funky, you know? It's kind of like grungy, and a lot of the stuff that I record is all clean. If I can put it through some analog gear to make it sound like a bit, you know, give it that bit of old flavor, then I will. But like, to be honest, it's usually kind of hard to do unless you have the equipment, you know? So I spend a lot of time, and I know I'm doing these like little breakdowns quickly, but I spend a lot of time making these sounds like sound old. And it's not as easy as it seems. Like, there's quite a fine line between like making something sound muddy and like, I don't know, a little bit weak, and then making it sound like, oh, that's like maybe from the 70s, you know, or like that's kind of old school, you know. So yeah, trying to make things sound a bit old, and in fact, I even use like a little bit of this in the background. Hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. It's like just like vinyl noise and hum, you know? That would be coming from a board or some sort of, yeah, analog equipment, and just trying to emulate it, sort of thing. So once we had the groove, which is this, so we just needed the hook, and Emmanuel wrote the hook actually. I love it. And I can't remember how he recorded it. I think he recorded it himself in his own little studio. He's got a home studio. And then the girls just like recorded, they were having a studio session and they just recorded it, and like, it wasn't, I honestly think they just did it in like one take or something. They just did layers and layers, and then we had it, and that was it. There was nothing complex about it. It was just like, it felt right, it was good, let's just go with it. So, you hear the sirens?
Yeah.
I promise that we're in a safe space. So, yeah, here's the hook. I mean, when he sent me that, I was like, okay, cool, well, we're good, aren't we? Really, everything's going to be fine, it's great. Again, just like, he sent it to me quite clean, so I had to like make it sound a little bit muddy, a little bit more like radio kind of vibes, you know, like, I didn't want it to sound like a super clean kind of record. And I don't know if you heard, there was like kind of almost like clicking because I'm side chaining it so hard. And side chaining is like, say if you have like a layer of vocals or a layer of some sort of instrument and it's sort of clashing with the kick, and in dance music you always want the kick to be coming out. You can kind of, at the point of which the kick comes in, or you're hearing the kick, you sort of drop the volume of everything else. So you almost get like a pumping effect. And like, for this, like the vocal was quite busy, so it was sort of like, I don't know, hiding the kick a bit, so I pumped it really hard. So you can almost hear it, you can hear it sort of like pumping a bit. There's almost like even a little bit of a click, which is, it's not perfect, but you know, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's how we got the vocal, done and in place. Oh yeah, I'll show you the horns, if you want to hear some fantastic quality horns. recorded live, obviously. No, it's just, there's just this is just a placeholder. I actually don't have the horns recording. I'm gonna do it, but that was the melody. And yeah, I just, actually, me and a friend, I think Georgia, my friend, wrote this melody. Shouts Georgia, she's queen of harmony. The horns, I just always try to do them in MIDI first, you know, sort of do it electronically. If it works, then get it recorded. The last thing you want to do is like record horns and then realize you want to change them, you know. So that's just the placeholder, guys. It will sound like real horns when it's done. At the moment, it sounds way too cheesy. And yeah, finally, the little bass drop. I'll show you the bass drop. It's cool. Here it's sidechained again. It's got like a filter on it. So that builds up, there's like a section it builds up, and then I just like switch it back to the normal bass. And my friend Eugene, I was like, listen man, this is the moment, this is the spot where you can do whatever you want. So this is how it went. Ooh. When you put that part in, I was like, yo man, that's it, that's cool, that's all we need, that's great. And if you want to hear it all together, that little part, go on, oh, I'll show you, why not? Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, we're good. That's great. No need for anything else. So yeah, that's the whole track. I don't know if it's going to be out when I release this video, but I'm sure you can find it online or whatever. Shout out Emmanuel Jal. Like, I love his music, I love his sound. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're gonna have more of these like little breakdowns coming through, courtesy of Lizzie. Thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I love making music for you guys.